Hey, welcome back here. Let's create a couple VMs on Azure. I want to start doing a couple. I'm gonna do a domain controller and then join do two servers. I'm gonna join do a domain controller. Get the Active Directory roles, DNS, DHCP, and then I'll join. And then I'll create a second server and then have it join the first domain controller. Maybe add Active Directory. I'm not sure if I'm gonna just join it as a server or as a domain controller. For now, let's start with one. But I've already created the lab and then I deleted it. So kind of emulating work. That way, I'm very familiar. I monitor a couple of domain controllers on Azure, and they replicate from our VM. So I already have these groups. I already have the network watcher and the clients group. So I'm going to call this one. Let's see. Let's call it AZDC1. And then the zone, we'll leave it at, no, let's change it. Let's see. Let's go to E, see if they have enough. So when you create VMs, it gives you zones like to find the resources at those zones near you, like the East Coast, West Coast, Europe, and stuff like that. We can even change it here just to see where it's available. But the main thing is having enough resources and on your account. Let me choose the I'm gonna do this one. For example, I'm running a student account. Of course, if you want, you can pay if you have a business, but I'm doing a student account, and I have, where does it show? I have 144 of credit. So you get 200 up front if you open up a student account. If you're a student or a like if you go to college, and then you'll get the subscription for a year, and then you can create, remove, add, and so that's pretty interesting for those that are beginning. So right now, this is the only available one. So let me create I'm gonna create an admin. Okay. So let's start from, all right, admin 1, 2. No, let's do admin 26. I'll remove it anyways. I'm not gonna use admin. I'll use admin just to log in and set it up, but then I'll create confirm. Alright, so let's match them up. Very important, because what happens is after you create all your settings, it goes through like a verification where it'll go through verification to make sure everything is correct, and then you go from there. If something is not correct, it'll kick you back to the beginning. And let me set zone 3. Let's see what we get here. See if we get more resources. Okay, so I'm not getting it. Sometimes I go through the request quote and then just select the first one, the basic one. I'm not trying to get a really beefy server, because this is a lab. But I'm gonna make sure. Look at this. Did it take me back? Normally it doesn't. Okay. Let's see. Did it take me back? All right. Let's start over real quick. Let's select my resources. At least it cached it. So we'll use West this time. Let's see if it doesn't. And then let's use Datacenter, Azure Edition. Okay, it looks like this one is complete. So even if you see this 140, you're not going to get charged 140. because you're on a free version of Student. So just keep that in mind, okay? So be confident to create your VMs. You're gonna start accumulating. They'll start deducting once you have it running, and like for your NIC card for your group, that's what they charge you for. And then you'll deduct 30 cents, 40 cents, $1, and then it'll just keep going down. But what I do is I'll create a little network, and then I'll stop the VMs. That way it doesn't get the resources. They don't get charged, because they do get charged. All right, let's go to the next one, the disk. I'm gonna leave it at 127. I'm gonna leave it at 127, and this is expandable, so it's gonna expand to 127. And the networking, let me see. So the network part, I'm gonna configure the NICs and the DNS once I create it. And this is gonna give me a subnet of 10.0.0.0. I'll have like 250 IPs to play with. This is a VNet, so this is the actual the network I'm gonna be configuring later, and you guys will see. I'm not gonna do it now. I just wanted to. I want to create it and get it going. All right, management. Everything is defaulted. I don't try to. It's easier for you to just leave it defaulted. If you know what you need, then you can go ahead and select. But I leave everything defaulted. I'm not gonna put any tagging, but I am gonna come back and set up the IPs, because on Azure you don't set up the static IPs on the actual system. You set them all. You set everything up on Azure. Everything stays on the NIC, on the actual server. You don't set the DNS and the IP addressing and everything, and default gateway and DNS. You don't set it up there. You set it up on the Azure level, not on the VM level. Just on the Azure side. But when you're on the domain on-prem, of course, you do it on the VM level, right? All right, let's create it. This looks good. Let's see. I'm at 7 minutes. I'm trying to stay at 15 minutes. If we get one domain controller up, my next video will be probably I'll set it up part 2 to create a new server and join it. But at this point, I'm gonna set the NIC card, the DNS, Active Directory role, DNS role, and DHCP role. So that's what we want on the cloud. And then later on, I'm gonna see if I can install that Azure Arc, so I can communicate with my friend. That's the whole goal. But right now, I'm going step by step, because I have a full blast network on-prem on running a Hyper-V, a couple 3 domain controllers, some systems, firewalls, Fortinet, controlling all the SSIDs, just emulating, because I don't really have any SSIDs here, but I have them at work. All right, so now it's still deploying. I'm gonna pause the video just for the purpose of just sometimes it takes up to like 10 minutes. So it's deploying. I'm gonna pause it real quick. Oh, wait a minute. That's it. It's done. Okay, perfect. So let's go to our resources. Oh, that was pretty fast this time. Okay, so now let's start it up. Let's fire it up. So here's all the configurations. See, DNS is not configured. It always gives you the default IP as well. You can come and change it. So I'm gonna change it after I connect. As a matter of fact, let me do it now. I wonder if that changes anything. So because once I set it up, I have to reboot it, and so let's do it before we start it up. Let's see what happens. I don't think it's gonna break anything. So this is where we would go. So let me start over. Let's go back from the beginning to set up our NICs, static, and DNS. Okay, you go into your virtual system, and this is the new one that just created. Of course, you guys can see I haven't started it, right? It's still off. And when you set your NICs and DNS, you do it when it's off, because then he's gonna reboot the system, so the changes can take place. So network configuration, network settings. Let's focus on the static IPs and the NICs and the DNS. So we go into the NIC card. So this is where the DNS is, but right now I'm going to do the IP. It's still dynamic, as you can see. So let's go ahead and here it goes. It's 250 free IPs you get. So I'll probably add like, I don't know, 5 clients and 2 servers. Start low. So we want to do static IP. I'm going to leave that assigned, and this is going to be our public IP. So if you want to connect to it and test, and this is the public, and this is going to be the private, the inside IP of your LAN, the 10.0.0.4. Here at subnet -24 with 250. So this is your VLAN, the 10.0.0.0. Alright, so that's going to be the VNet, what you call it on Azure. Alright, let's save these configurations. Static, first thing you want on your domain controller, everybody should know that. Alright, let's go to the DNS. The DNS, we're going to point it back to its own IP, because this is going to be the DNS. This is going to be a custom, it's going to be the this domain controller is going to be the one assigned to the DNS, where all the DNS records are going to be saved. Right now, let's save it as right here. So on our other one, we're going to add it right here as well. Okay, so let's save it. This also, I can put even the loopback. And if depending on how I see the communication, I can come here and put the loopback IP to 127.0.0.1, so that way you can communicate back. So let's go back and let's log in now. Let's fire it up. I'm under 12 minutes. We got 3 more minutes. No, actually we have a little bit more time. I have to make sure it works. Alright, let's open this up. Let's connect. And I'll explain the bashing connection, the RDP, and there's a couple connections that Azure gives. So the native RDP, Bastion is a paid connection, but it's a more secure connection. That one will take like 30 cents an hour, 30 to 19 cents an hour when you're connected, but it charges. And then you got the Windows admin. This is my favorite one from work, but sometimes I have to connect through Bastion, or for this purpose of this video, we're going to do RDP. That's a quick review of that, but it's interesting the way this communicates. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now, as you can see, it gave me my admin26 and then my password. So let's connect. This is the first time it's going to connect, so it's going to create that admin account and all the rights. This is really quick. It's up by it's just all on the cloud. We can create resources, application resources. So a lot of applications out there that use web resources, they'll need to create like a secret passcode, and they require like for the SSID or for the SSL. But that's a different note. I'm not going to go through that. That's it. I never had. Okay, yeah. Accept. All right, perfect. That's it. It's done. This is really quick. So let's see if it took that IP address. I haven't even renamed. Oh, well, I did rename. Yeah, I named the. Okay, perfectly. Perfect. Let's see the DNS. Okay, this DNS is from Azure. And that's fine. Let's see. Right now, let's install the services now. Let's go into the roles. Oh, first, let me just confirm everything is looking good here. I should do the remove this. You want to turn off your firewalls because that could be an issue when you're trying to do the DNS with you're trying to join domain servers. This needs to be off. Of course, on the prem you have the firewall. You have your firewall, and you have your router, your edge router, your so let's off. Is it reflecting off? Okay, let's go to the work group. I'm gonna do that afterwards. Okay, computer name. Okay, name. I can't join it to the moment as it's not joined yet. We have to run this. We have to run the rows so it can turn into a domain controller. All right, let's see. Let's go. So we want to do this with directory, DNS. Okay, like no static IP. Okay, we know we have a static IP. It's probably looking for that role first, then this role up here. So I'm gonna do this afterward. It needs to act the directory role. Failover clustering, none of that. I'm gonna do that afterwards when I have a couple servers joined. So let's do this. 16 minutes. Okay, we went over a little bit, but that's okay. Because a lot of people are gonna do this after for the beginning. This is my third time I do this, but I work on where I work. It's a daily thing. But it's nice to have your own account at home, so you don't have that peace of mind. You have that peace of mind of if you make a mistake, that's on you, right? That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing of your home lab. When you make a mistake, you can reverse it, and then you learn from it, and then you create scenarios. Okay. Once this is connected, then we're gonna start the forest, and then we'll join a new domain controller to an existing forest, and then that's how the process works. And most of you already know how to do this, but this is just a review for myself and for the beginners out there that are starting, right? All right, so let me see. What else am I going to look at here? So we know the main thing is the DNS. That's the main thing on the DNS. Is like DNS overwrites everything. Of course, you want your DHCP on. You want your firewalls. You want all that. But DNS is the most important thing, because that's the way the computers talk to each other. All right, let's get back. It finally finished. So here it goes. So after the install of Active Directory, it gives us to promote the server to domain controller. But this is the first one, so we're gonna do add new forest, right? So we want to do let's make it simple. Hyper-V. Just Hyper-V. Let's see if it takes us like this. Oh no. Okay. So let's do Hyper-V.local. It should work. Okay, perfect. So here it goes. Hyper-V.local. So this is going to be our main one. So this is the password where you gotta make sure that this password you keep it consistent, because if you need to back up your schema, and I believe this is what it's for, because this is the sysvol. Might be wrong, I don't know, but right now I'm trying to complete this. Time is clicking. Password. There it goes. Okay. All right. So it says a direction for the DNS server cannot be created because it's already confirmed. All right, you skip that. You always see that every time you promote a server to a domain controller. And this is my domain. This is my domain name. FB. Take that down because all the others are joining to this one. This is really simple. This is the replications files folders and where all the others get where you can see the replication works. Alright, good. At this point we should be good. Everybody should know. Here it goes. Yep, everything is good. Install. So the process is normally 15 to 30 minutes. In my case, spinning up the VM on Azure was really quick, and then I already set the NIC card. So, for example, when I set up the NIC card, the first example I gave you guys, so we don't come in here, right? We don't come in here and change them. They're already coming in. They're already coming in from the settings of the configuration setting on Azure. That's the whole point of this. Okay. And I was trying to fill in. Let's see. This is works. Well, it restarted automatically. Okay, at this point, go back into my home. Virtual system. So we have one domain controller good already. Okay. Then we already set up the NIC, static, and the DNS. I'm not gonna do the peering. I'm not gonna do anything else other than just that right now. For the purpose of this video, we're running a little bit. So let's still booting up. Okay, let's connect. I can change that name, but I'm also going to make sure that come on, what's going on? I'm going to log in, make sure it's a domain controller, and make sure also validate that admin account, make sure he's the domain admin, and then I'm good. I'm not going to add users now, but I'm going to end the video with that because the next video will show how to, let's see. We can go here. Oops. Let's go. Let's validate. Oh no. There's assign services. Here it goes. All right. It's not a site. It's domain one, and then we're gonna check the DNS too. DNS. And Windows 2025 has a different look than 22. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's go into the DNS. Right here. Here's my record for this DNS. For this, here's it right here. This is the record. That's the record for my, for the server that I just created. Okay, we're good. Now let's go into Active Directory. So let's see where it fell. Right there. Good. Okay, now we know that those two, we got the DNS record, and then it dropped it on the OU of the default of the domain controllers. That's good. Let's find admin 26. Let's see what I want to make sure he has a domain admin. There we go. 3 things there. These 3 things is everything I want to know right now so far. And then I'll start the next video later. It's already going at 25 minutes. So we'll probably do a reboot on this, complete the DHCP. This is really quick. Commit. And let's see the scope. Okay. All right. The rest will be the same. Right now, it was just the purpose of the video was the domain controller. Hopefully, you guys learned something from it.